So yeah, the community garden project started about 2 years ago. We were speaking to people across the city. They basically were looking for pieces of unused land, which a Land and Assets Department were then trying to see whether they could turn those pieces of land into community gardens for them and local surrounding residents.
The reason we've got involved is because my team manage the housing land across the city, and a lot of it's been unmaintained because we lack of resources and budgets. So we thought this would be a great idea to turn these unused pieces of land around.
Working with Regen, we've discovered there are a lot of plots of land around the city which can be used by council tenants for garden use. It's just about getting the piece of land secured by Land and Assets and then getting the licence and insurance confirmed, and then from there we can move onwards and hopefully get the garden put in with the help of one of our special project grants.
They need to decide what they're actually going to do with the piece of land. Are they going to have allotments, a community garden, get people involved, and with TP then they can guide them through the process.
We've got gardens across the city. We've got one with Cysylltwch Gardeners based in Cairo. We've got a Wheatley Road. We've got one with in a sheltered scheme with Ely residents. We've got a regular group meeting down Llandaff North Hub, who are also opening one, and Pentrabane Zone have literally just put in an application to start one recently.
My name is Ian Jeanette, and I'm with the Cysylltwch Gardeners. And the idea of this garden is for pensioners, people from this area, disabled people, so it'll be raised. And anyone will be welcome. I like people, and it's nice to see people coming together, because I believe community has been breaking down over the last few years, and people are going into themselves, and it's very sad. And it's nice to have a bit of colour, a bit of flowers, to grow your own veg, and you'll enjoy it even more, you know.
Llandaff North have literally all just been consulted to put a garden on the grounds of Llandaff North and Gobalfa Hub. They've already made a bank account, they've constituted themselves as a group, and now they're just awaiting the plans to actually landscape the garden and see how they want it shaped.
I'm Sue Huxon from Llandaff North, and I am chairperson of the Forks and Trowels Gardening and Luncheon Club. We set this up in Llandaff North Hub for the community, because it's going to serve older people for the luncheon club initially, but the gardening club is for everyone. I think it started off with about 4 people coming, and it's really escalated. The gardening club, we've got about 14 members. They don't all come every week, but they're all there for us to work with, ideas. People know more about some stuff than other people, and it's just a nice atmosphere, because then you don't just talk about gardens, you talk about anything and everything, and you make friends.
Tenant participation offer a grant of up to £1,000 for basically any community event from a constituted group. This also includes community garden spaces, so they can spend £1,000 on tools, equipment, soil, wood, plant beds, basically anything towards making their garden what they want it to be.
We spent a long time with the tenants participation people fighting to get through the insurance, the banking and everything else, and they were wonderful. They kept pushing, and in the end we got there.
The difficult bit, as I said, about setting up any group is the admin side, and the tenant participation team has been a great help. They've talked us through every step of the way, because it does involve quite a bit of legal issues, and obviously, because if you're going to get money, you have to be responsible for that money. So the team have been marvellous. They've come along to the meetings, we've been able to ring them up. They couldn't do any more than they've done. Absolutely wonderful. Everything is going wonderfully, and we've had loads of help from the tenant participation department. Absolutely wonderful.
Well, without tenants participation, we wouldn't have got anywhere. There was too many different parts of the council to go through, the banks, the insurance companies, and no one seemed to really want to know, you know. But they kept pushing, and they kept pushing, and we got there in the end. And I was amazed at their patience to keep going because I'd almost given up, you know, but yeah, we got there in the end and I'm very proud of them. And thank you.
So if you are interested in making a community garden, contact us on 02920 537 511 or email us at tenantparticipation@cardiff.gov.uk.